I don't feel confident. I have so many ideas, but I can't express them. I wish I could communicate better. I can't tell you how many times I hear all these regrets on a daily basis. But fear not, for I have you sorted. Hello everyone, I'm Mansi Agarwal, International Soft Skills Corporate Trainer, and today, as a part of the Excellence series, I bring to you a very informative video on public speaking. Let's get started. So, communication is a cycle. It is only complete, it has only taken place when all the parts of the cycle have been completed. Firstly, there's the sender, the person who's speaking. If you're talking about public speaking, then the sender is the speaker on stage. Secondly, there's an audience. They are the receivers. So here's my question to you. Who do you think is more important, the sender or the receiver? Did you say sender? Well, you're partially correct. Did you say receiver? Well, you're partially correct as well, because the truth is that both parties are equally important. Yet, very often I notice that when people are planning speeches, when people want to conceptualize a speech, they think only about themselves and they forget about the audience. But here is my first tip for everyone who wants to be a great, powerful speaker on stage. And the tip is, understand them. Yes, think about your audience. Understanding your audience properly will give you great insights on how you can plan, conceptualize, write, and deliver amazing speeches. To do this, you need to ask yourself the following questions. The first question you need to ask yourself is, who are you talking to? Understanding your audience is extremely important. What is the age group of the audience? What is their educational background? Are they all from a similar professional background? Which language will they be most comfortable in? What kind of point of view do you think they'll have for the topic at hand? Understanding all these questions will give you a great insight as to how you should plan the data, how you should use examples, and how you should write the tone of your speech so that you can impact them best. Question 2. The second thing you need to ask yourself is, why do you need to communicate? Are you trying to entertain? Are you trying to inspire? Are you trying to persuade? Are you trying to motivate? No matter what it is, the end goal of your communication is really going to help you understand the tone and understand some of the technical aspects of what you want to put in that particular speech. Question number 3. How do you think your audience members will understand best? Now, by this I mean some audiences will understand really well by watching slides. Some might understand a lot better by actually getting physically involved in some activity. Some might understand better if they're allowed to participate. Understanding your audience members and understanding the size of the audience will help you plan your visual aids and the other activities and the other engagement formats that you want in your presentation. Question 4. Where do you think the audience will be more receptive to understanding? Where do you think you'll be able to find your audience members? Is it on social media? Is it in a newspaper? Is it directly across the stage from you? Understanding exactly where you'll be able to get the right audience for your speech really helps to not only customize the message according to the format where you'll be communicating, but also helps to understand the attention span of the audience members and plan your speech accordingly. Question 5. When exactly will your audience members be most receptive to understanding what you have to say? The information that you're giving out, is it something related to work? Is it something related to their social life? Is it something related to their family life? When do you think they'll be most receptive to listening to information about work? Over a cup of tea, early in the morning as they open the newspaper or their phones, or in a meeting in the office? When is the best time of day to grab the attention of your audience? If you can understand this well, if you can understand the mindset and the psyche of the audience well, you will be able to grab them at a time where they'll be able to focus on the message you're trying to say, thus completing that communication cycle beautifully for you. So, after you figure out your who, why, where, when, how, it's extremely important to come up with your what, or what is your speech content going to be. Let me give you a quick example. Suppose I want to tell my son that I need 3 days off the next week and I'm going to be going off traveling somewhere. The way I persuade him for these 3 days off will be very different if I have to persuade my boss to give me 3 days off the next week. When I speak to my boss, maybe I'll have to give them figures, numbers, data. Maybe I'll have to use different kinds of persuasion. With my son, maybe sharing a story, maybe telling him about the toy I'm going to get him when I come back is going to help to persuade. Therefore, please remember, every time you want to talk about something, you want to go up on stage, you want to talk to a group of people about whatever your message is, remember, they come first. Understand them, understand their needs, their mindset, and rock that speech.